Good morning, everyone. How is our Wednesday morning going this February? I'm sipping tea. I have like a throat infection that I'm trying to cure. Okay, but let us just quickly pretty much go into the meat of the matter. So, today's episode of God Centric Lifestyle on Cheetah Truth TV is going to talk about private victories. So for many of you, you probably would have noticed that from the beginning of the year, I have been on one book. I started in February. I was reading a book by Franklin Covey. The name is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I'm talking about private victories today because it has made an impact in my life and the way I see things. So first off, I'm going to bring it back this way. Like, I want to teach you about this in this particular way. Do you feel like you're always having issues with people around you, or you feel like people don't necessarily like you, right? Sometimes you just might be in a gathering, maybe like in a team, and you feel like nobody likes me and I really don't know the reason why, right? Okay, so bringing it back to that, I'm going to say like private victories are your internal winnings, like you yourself winning within before you can win outside, right? I'm not now calling it um love of self, right? I don't feel like you need everybody in the world to love you. Even Jesus Christ, who was the savior of the whole world, did not get everybody to like him, right? He didn't get everybody to like him. He still had people that did not like him, right? Even the most charismatic person in the entire world doesn't have like everybody liking them, right? Okay, but before we go ahead, I want us to take a reading because this thing today inspired me the most because I had an inspiration from a Bible verse that had something that had to do with private victories. And what is it? So in the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 14 to 23, let me just bring out my Bible here and just look it up immediately. Let's open my Bible to Mark. Mark chapter 7. Okay, so we're here. Okay, Mark 7:14 to 23 says, and I read, Then Jesus called the crowd to him once more and said to them, Listen to me, all of you, and understand. There is nothing that goes into a person from the outside which can make him ritually unclean. Rather, it is what comes out of a person that makes him unclean. When he left the crowd and went into the house, his disciples asked him to explain this, saying, You are no more intelligent than the others, Jesus said to them. Don't you understand? Nothing that goes into a person from the outside can make him really unclean, because it does not go into his heart, but into his stomach, and then goes on out to the body. In saying this, Jesus declared all foods are fit to be eaten. And he went on to say, which is where I'm going to be picking from this morning, it is what comes out of a person that makes him unclean. From the inside, from a person's heart come evil ideas, which lead him to do immoral things, to rob, to kill, commit adultery, be greedy, do all sorts of evil things, deceit, indecency, jealousy, slander, pride, and folly. All these evil things come from inside a person and make him unclean. So now you're beginning to see that in all things, the things that make you the way you are is what has come from within you, right? So it has made you, okay, this is what I am. Your thoughts, your words, your loving of self, your selfishness, your evil thoughts, your insensitivity to others, all of those things come from within you, like right inside of you, and not from outside. What again do we call private victories? Private victories is simply the ability to lead self. Ah, gosh, this topic, man. If I got this is my second time of reading and this book and trying to understand what it means. The first time I didn't get it, I didn't have a clue what it meant. So private victories is that ability to win and lead self. It's a very difficult thing, oh. Not everybody gets to win privately. Okay, it's not like something like you're going to like all of a sudden you've won internally. So what are the examples of things that you do that is not you've not won internally? Okay, for example, carrying out Trisha Strip TV egocentric lifestyle 2 times a week. Tell me the last time you've done this content. The last time I have like tell me the last time you've made this determination and you have actually won on it. Maybe for a month, at least a month, right? You're saying you're going to do this 2 times a week, right? What have you been doing? Today you wake up, you don't feel like it, you're not doing it. Tomorrow you wake up, you're sleeping, or you're carried away by one content online, and then you're watching a video, and then it just goes off like that, and you're not doing it. Private victories, you need to win within yourself. That's one thing. Then the Bible says that from a person's heart comes evil the ideas which leads him to do immoral things, to rob, to kill, commit adultery, be greedy, all sorts of evil things, deceit, indecency, jealousy, etc., etc. From my heart, from my mind comes these things. You know what this means? It means that all those witches and wizards that we're calling, sometimes it's from within that it comes. All those times that we look at things and say that, no, this thing is like this person did this to me, that's why this one happened, or more. Now you do yourself. If you're able to win privately, if you're able to lead aright, nobody is an enemy. You are your own enemy. For example, let me give you an example. I had an issue with a fracas with a member of my team. That was last month or last 2 months. And I began to say, it's because this person did not bring in the ideas on time. That's why we were delayed. It's because this, it's because that, it's because that. And guess what? By the time I look back inwards, I noticed that because of the becausings I was thinking, we were not able to move forward on that project because I had already begun to see the person in a particular limelight. This is like crazy. But if I had treated the person a bit differently, the thing is, we form opinions like about people, like this person is this way, and then we end up like ruining our relationship with the person. And because the person doesn't even understand what we are saying, the person is now reacting to us the way we are reacting to them. Guess what? Let me give you guys a plain example and a story. So there was this time we came up with within the house we had like a previous person that was taking care of the house, like the house manager and everything. The girl was so smart and intelligent. Her goal was to stay for 2 years, write a jam, go into school, and because of it she did everything. She was so smart, she was so intelligent, like she picked up things quite easily and everything. So at the time she was going to leave, we had to get another person. We got the next person. The girl was so dull. She's dull. In fact, she doesn't like book. She doesn't want to go to school. She didn't go to school. She didn't go to secondary school or anything. And my opinion towards her was horrid. Oh, why was I like? It was horrid. And the fact is that she did even better than the other girl was doing. Like, she was so nice, she was so respectful, she was everything. But because I felt in my heart that this girl is meant to be in this particular place at this particular age. She's meant to have gone to school. She was meant to have, like, she's not going to be able to catch up. That's what I was feeling. Like, she can't catch up. No, she can't do it. She can't possibly be anything good in this life because she didn't go to school. Guys, when I started reading this book, I realized that I was making a huge mistake. So what I did was I took it back. So when I asked her things in English, and I knew that she wasn't going to get it, like she wasn't prepared, or she didn't understand what I was talking about, I told her to explain in Igbo. Before, I would just start screaming, oh, why don't you not speak English? Like, why don't you do this? I'll just tell her to explain in Igbo, and she will explain. And then we usually do this Bible sharing in the evening. So when it's her turn, she doesn't know how to express herself in English. I say, okay. That at first I was very livid. I was like, you must explain, you must say something. If we don't do it, we will not close here. all of a sudden I just gave her like I just let her be, like let her be herself for some time, let her just be learning the process, and then from time to time I'll just tell her to explain what she heard from the reading, because I feel it's going to help her in a spiritual growth. And then there she starts to talk sometimes, but what I noticed was in the course of this whole thing I began to see that there were some things that she was exceptional at. Oh my goodness. And this is also how managers work, like managers that actually, or leaders that help you grow, this is how they work. I began to notice that this girl was a good cook, despite the fact that I was always biting, itchy, she can't do this, she goes to the bank, she can't open a bank account by herself, she needs help, she needs someone to go with her at her. This girl is in her early 30s, like she's not a young person. So that's even the scare, because she doesn't even want to go to school anymore. So I'm so livid, I'm like, is she gonna be anything in life and everything? And really I didn't really like the fact that I just felt like she was not gonna be anything in life. So I began to notice that this girl actually had something she could do. At first, we thought, because she said she had learned how to sew, we said, okay, when she comes, she'll continue the sewing. But we now looked at it, we said, this girl, by the time she goes now, they might be explaining something to her in English, she will not get it. And measurement is very difficult. Someone will come and beat somebody. Do you get? So, we now said, this girl actually is a very great housekeeper. She keeps the house, she doesn't have any issues, she cooks well, so she can actually begin to learn how to do catering, baking, cooking. It's going to be easier for her to speak to people, get her monies out, and do very nice cooking, because she does, even with the, oh my goodness, even with the smallest ingredients, she cooks perfectly. She makes sure the food is tasty. So private victory is a great thing, oh man. It will help you see the world in a different light. Like, you will see that there's nobody that is nobody. God created somebody just for you to discover the thing. But the thing that happens is that the devil blocks our eyes from seeing these things, and then we start to now think that everybody is useless. So guys, it's inside of you. You need to look way inside to see that thing that you are not doing properly, that thing that you're using to give an excuse that it's not this, it's not that, it's not this. You need to look within and then be able to walk in yourself outwardly, and you'll see how much better you're able to win in other things. It's your girl Chama of Cheetah's Truth, and this is it for God-centric lifestyle. Love you lots. Bye.